It's no question traditional lobstering and commercial fishing are critical for Maine's coastline. However, more are exploring how they can farm seafood through aquaculture, despite facing some backlash on the practice. Good evening and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Sam Olsen. One newly formed coalition is working to shed some light on the industry. News Center Maine's Caroline LaCour tells us about how that group is working to ease some concerns.
Since its start in 2018, co-founder Chris Burtis says Bombazine Oyster Company in Brunswick has come a long way.
It's really fulfilling work.
Starting out, the goal was to make a name for themselves, but they had to overcome something unexpected as a small business, earning the community's trust.
First time we decided to do an oyster farm, I didn't really know what social license was, but it's become a thing.
Although aquafarming isn't new in Maine, Berta says he's faced some pushback from people unfamiliar about what it's all about. He says the confusion was clear early on.
He got my number and he called me and said, "Hey, is this gonna get bigger?" And I talked to him on the phone for like 45 minutes and told him what we were doing, and it was like it let the pressure out.
A new coalition is working to warm those waters to better educate the public on what the state's aquaculture sector is all about.
Potatoes in Maine are iconic, blueberries are, lobsters are. Well, aquaculture will be joining the ranks of those iconic food products coming from Maine, we believe, based on feedback from chefs who have come to Maine.
Andrea Maker is the president of Focus Maine, one of the co-founders of the coalition. Right now, the United States imports about 80% of its seafood. Her hope is to bring that business back to Maine.
We want to help people understand the valuable contribution that aquaculture is making to not just Maine's coastal communities, but to the state economy as a whole.
In fact, the Maine Aquaculture Association says the industry's economic impact in the state nearly tripled from $50 to $137 million per year since the mid-2000s. Coastal Enterprises, the Island Institute, and World Wildlife Fund are also jumping aboard the coalition.
We feel like we're fighting the good fight out here on the water.
Matt Morelli of Bang Island's Mussels says having this kind of support can help clear the water of misinformation about the sector.
We're able to produce highly nutritious food with very low inputs and a lot of actually positive impacts on the environment around us.
Staying transparent to a new side of Maine's seafood industry.
A lot of people, they like to know who their farmer is, like where does their food come from, and this is where it comes from. I'm your local sea farmer.
In Brunswick, Caroline LaCour, News Center, Maine.